Hi guys, so today I'll be reviewing the APG Die of the Month for Spellbinders for the month of October 2020. I did get the works this month, so that includes the small die, which we already did a video on, and actually I sent the card out to someone, so I don't have it here to show you. So I had the small die, we did the large die, which was this super cool door, and everyone was like, oh, that looks so nice, because you can decorate so many different ways. When you click on the link, if you want to check out the large die, we'll have the links in the description box, and they will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. You'll see that someone decorated with like Halloween. It looks so cute. I mean, can you imagine your little Christmas lights, all those things? Put the little Santa in here, a little elf in here, a little picture of yourselves. I mean, it's really cute. So that's the large die of the month. And then today, I think, like I said, I'll be doing the APG. I was going to do it typical, like what they want you to do, but then I was like, maybe I should do something different. I don't know. So it's very similar to the telephone as far as the setup of how you start off with the front and then you add in your little brackets to the back. So I was like, maybe I'll do something different. I don't know. I have to think about this one, but that's what we're doing today. And then the last thing I have to do before October is out is to review the card kit, which is super cute. It makes a little Santa whose little legs kind of move around. They move, right, if you jiggle the card, because it has like a little opening there that swivels around a dimensional adhesive. So super cute set. So I'll get to that very soon, but for today we're going to do this other, I always do this and my address is all over the outside. Hold on. I'm just going to drop it, okay? There we go. So we have this set here, and this is crooked and that drives me nuts. Hold on. That's a little better. Okay. So I was trying to see if, like, on the outer part, how we're going to build this up. So let me take a good look at it. I think the toughest part would be the little circles, the focus or the lens, I guess. I kind of want to see how big it ends up being, because I thought maybe we can make it into like a little booklet instead of the dimensional part. So let me look at this for a little bit and I'll be right back. I'm going to make it into a little booklet type thing instead of the kind of like inserts like we did before. So it's very, very similar again to the telephone one. I'll link that in the description box so you can kind of see how that goes. But basically, I'll do the front. I don't know why this is like upside down. Anyway, I'll do the camera front and the back, because that's going to be exactly the same for if you're making the mini album, like this little vignette, or what I'm going to do. And then we'll talk about these pieces that I'm not going to do in this one, but I'll just talk through it, okay? So there's quite a bit of cutting, but I'm going to do just kind of like they're showing here first. So I'm going to go ahead and do our base pieces first. And so we need 2 of this. The camera base. I'm not going to cut any of these pieces because I don't need them, but I am going to cut the button embellishments, the camera top, the decorative edges, the screw, the self-timer, the triangle strap ring, it says, and the small lens and rim. So we'll talk about that in just a minute because it's kind of involved. So I'm going to put that to the side because it makes my camera look crazy. I thought to do something fun since I did black last time, obviously for the little telephone. So I'm going to use this purple Centura Pearl. It's not the thickest Centura Pearl, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to use this for the camera base. So we're making a purple camera. I'm going to use this pearlescent white for the white accents because there are things I need to cut out in white. And then I'm going to use this luxury mirror card. From this set here, the Enchanted Christmas set. I knew there was silver in here, so I saw on the outside. I'm like, I think there's silver in there. There was. So we'll cut that out in just a minute, though. So for right now, this will definitely all go through your marquee also, if that's a question you had, because the sizing is perfect for that. And again, I need 2 of this base. So I was just checking it out. So a lot of these things don't cut. Obviously that circle doesn't cut. This is all will be impressed in there. So just so you have that information. Let me see. I'll just go this way. And I'm going to cut out 2 of these. So I am going to trim this down real quick. And just, roll it through whatever die cutting machine you have. I'll use the marquee today. And since this is a little bit larger die, well, it's not that big, but I'll use one of my newer folders just to keep it nice and flat. And I just turned it to do upside down, but you don't have to do that. Obviously, you can run it through with a die on top. I just turned it over because it seemed like that's how it would want to go into the folder. Wanted to go in here easier. Okay, now that is impressed very well. You see the impressions there. If it didn't do it for you, if you're using another die cutting machine, obviously you're going to run it back through with a embossing mat. So I'm going to cut out 2 of these. I'll be right back when I have a second one. Both of these. Again, one's the front, one's the back, but we'll deal with that in just a minute. Then I'm going to take this one, because I know I need this for sure. This is a nice big decorative piece that goes straight across the top of your camera. And I need to cut that out in silver. So I'm going to cut 2 of these out from this paper, and I'll be right back. Okay. I'll move some of this stuff out of the way, because I start making my area smaller and smaller and smaller as I'm working. Look how cute. And it cuts out super well. Okay. So I know with these guys, we're going to stick these down, so I'm just going to do that right now. And basically there's a little slit cut in here, so you're going to put it right in there just like that. Look how cute. Already adorable. Just so those little extra bits. And then if you, like I said, I'm going to make this into a mini album with like rings. I guess maybe I didn't say that, but I usually put like little holes and then rings, or maybe ribbon. I don't know. I haven't thought that part out yet. But, so I'm just going to hold this down. I'm going to do the second one exactly the same way. Just try to make sure it looks nice back here. I guess you can put some glue under here too. Why not? Ah. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this down and I'm gonna do the second one exactly the same way. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces. I left the other one with weight sitting on it, so I'm gonna do that with this one too. Okay, so now we're gonna move on and cut out the little accent pieces, and it's really for the front. So it's gonna take us a little bit, but I think it's gonna be really cute when we're done, so I don't mind that. So I'm gonna cut the camera pieces, the little accent pieces, not quite the lens and stuff like that yet. Why is this not sticking down? So let me see exactly what we need. Okay, I'm trying to see what all is together in one color. So we need this, I know for sure, these pieces in silver. And let me see, that's all silver, white. I guess it depends on how you want to accent it personally. So this one, this outer one, is going to be cut out of white paper. Alright, because that's going to be kind of behind this other little guy. Hopefully you can kind of see that right here. The little white piece, and then we have the little silver piece. So this one I'm going to cut out of silver. I think all those other pieces are silver, and I just can't tell if these are supposed to be white or not, because it's hard to tell because they use the silver paper. Yeah, why not? I'll do these in silver. Just so that everything's accented in silver. So basically for that piece, the little kind of accent pieces, this is actually for the back, are a little bit different. I'm just trying to make sure that is what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to tape these little pieces and run them through, and then we'll adhere those so we don't lose them, and then we'll move on to the next step from there. Okay, so let me, again, I try to be chintzy with this stuff, like I can put this here and that would be just fine. And however close I can put these pieces. We'll be good. All right. Okay, I'll run all these through. When I said that's the back of the camera. It's just the front of the camera, but not built up yet. The back of the camera you can decorate as much or as little as you would like. So I'm being very careful with these pieces. Like you can see, I'm hoping they just stay where they are because they are small. And then I have my little circle here. So I'm going to stick that down. Again, this is so hard to see on here because of the way they did that, but okay. So I need this little silver piece. I know that. Oopsie. Look how cute. Okay, and we're going to glue him to this circle. Just, they did it a little bit off-centered, but again, I haven't looked at a camera in a long time. An old camera, especially. I do have an old brownie camera my mom had that I think belonged to like her grandma or somebody. I can't quite remember right now, but I do have that camera. It's so cute. It's like a big square and you look down into it and it sees the image out. It's so interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna hold that down just to put that piece together. And then I'm gonna carefully pop these pieces out. I think we need 2 of the screws, so I'm gonna have to run that one through again. Oopsie. This one right here. And then we have all these other extra pieces that I'm going to be very careful with. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trim this away. And try to keep them in there until I need them. Okay. Again, let me see. Oh, we need 3 of the screw. So I need to run it through 2 more times, okay? So I'm going to be very careful. Leave this here. Let me take this off. Put that back on the carrier. And then I'm going to run just this part through 2 more times, because I need 2 more of that little screw, and I'll be right back. So they do give the tip here that if you're going to cut out, obviously you need 3 of the screw, you're going to cut that little chunk out 3 times, that you can layer up the this guy, the camera strap holder, a few times to make it more substantial. But what I did was I made it so that the screw only cut that part. So I just lined up my die on my paper, so only that little edge was like this. I'll show you. So I just need the circle, so I put it so that only basically the circle is going to cut out completely, but everything else didn't. So, but again, like I said, you can do it so that you have more going there. Okay, so let's bring one of these pieces back, and we're going to start gluing these little pieces in. And so I'm just going to eyeball this because I have no idea where they want everything. I can see where this should go though. Circle right here. So cute. And then if you get glue more where you don't want it and you use metallic paper, you can just use you can wipe it right away, or just use like a little wet towel, a little wet area to wipe that off later after it dries. There's a lot of glue wanting to come out of here. There you go. And then we're going to put this guy, suppose just where you feel like putting it. You can see there's no rhyme or reason, it's just here. Little screws, they just put them kind of cute in a jaunty angle here. So cute. All these little pieces, and they're not that small, I mean, but this does help. It just looks so cute. All right, we have this guy. And hold on. Yeah, I guess that's where the 3rd screw goes. So they do have this little spot here, but I know later she puts a pearl there, but it looks like that screw would go there, wouldn't it? But they didn't put it there. And it looks like they built it on top of here, so. But, you know, do whatever you like. Put that on there. Oh, sounds like something fell upstairs. Not good. And put this here somewhere. Okay. And then we just have a couple more decorative items for this very top layer. I'm just trying to eyeball here. Okay. Oh, okay, perfect. I was like, what is this showing me? So these longer ones are going to go down at the bottom here. Wait, I'm still in frame? Okay. Oopsie. Trying to see if they put it way down at the bottom, or yeah. So Spellbinders does have their own videos, clearly. A lot of times they just have music over them, and they might be sped up a little bit, but if it's something that's super important, they'll point it out really well. But again, there's no voice to them most of the time, so, but definitely check them out. Okay, there we go. Cute. Let me just make sure that's nice and straight. And we have all these little pieces, so it's kind of easy to tell like what goes where. So this is longer, it's a little bit wider, so obviously it goes here. And again, I still did it in silver just to build up the silver, but if you want to accent with the different colors, you know, you can do that. And then this other piece here goes on the very top. This does have a shape to it though, so hopefully you can kind of see how the top of this is kind of domed a little bit. So this is domed also, so make sure that that's facing the right way when you go to put it down. Again, this glue usually dries really fast, but on slick paper like this, it doesn't dry as fast, so that's nice. Again, that's just extra detail, looks really nice. And then these two, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Put that one right down at the bottom here, and then put this little piece right at the top, okay? And I'll be right back. It's exactly the same as what I did here, but just these two pieces, top and bottom. So I have that piece. When I mean top and bottom, bottom is like right in this middle area. You can tell because the way it's notched out. And then this piece right here. So I'm gonna let this rest so these little pieces can dry. And in the meantime, I'm gonna read over the circles that we need for the lens here and get that going, and I'll be right back. So we have this, our front, we have the back just chilling, waiting. This can be a little confusing because on the back of this, they're showing to cut all kinds of stuff, and you know, it's not what I want to do. Becca has a different video doing it a little bit different, and I think her way is more simple, so I'm going to do that, and hopefully I remember, because I know she used this one. She uses all of these, but I just want to bring them all out so you see them. Okay. All right. So, we're going to use this outer one and then this guy to make the accents. So I'm going to do that in a silver piece. Do I still have enough of the silver? Where is it? Well, I had a piece sitting here. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, I have the silver, okay? So let's just, well, I don't want to cut this down yet. So I'm going to cut these two out of the silver piece. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this one out of the purple. Where's my purple? I have a purple here. So it's going to be layered like this. Okay, so that little guy kind of in the middle. I'm just going to eyeball it so it's centered. Because we're going to make different rings, but they have layers to them. So there's that one, and there's this one. And then we're going to do one more when I come back out of, we need that guy and this guy. So for now, we're just going to do it like this. So I'm going to cut this out. Again, the largest circle plus that weird one that has little lines. And this is the circle that's right inside of this size and the tiniest one. Okay, I'll be right back. The presses. So basically we're making our own layers. See how this one has the layer, silver, and then the purple because the camera is purple, but you can do whatever you like, I suppose. It's going to layer over that. And then we need one more silver. But let me just put these all back together so you can kind of see what I'm needing to do here. So again, we had all these layers, right? So now I'm going to take still the middle one, the smaller one, out of the silver. Put that face down. And then we're going to take this middle piece. So it's going to make an even thinner one. So I hope that makes sense. So you're going to see the silver, you see this purple. This one's going to make an even thinner one. That's just going to be a little bit of silver that goes around this purple one, okay? So just another accent piece. You can layer it up however you like. I think this is nice. And then for our little lens, we're going to do this one, just this one, in white. So that pearly white that I had at the beginning, I'm going to cut just this one out, okay? And I'll be right back. Now, when we put this together, you can layer it all up. I think Becca had put a bunch of dimensionals behind and in front and all that kind of stuff behind each one of these layers. So something like that. Again, if you don't like that, put different layer. Do it however you like. Okay, so it's just gonna be whatever it is that you like. And then this little guy is gonna be back here somewhere. Now, I'm trying to think how I want to do it. Oh, also, if you want this black or something else, then just cut out the larger circle. And you can layer that there. But I'm just gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna put this here. That looked like a good spot for it. The little... I'm gonna make sure though, just get this over here. Maybe a little bit lower so we can see it better. Okay, and I think what I'm gonna do, maybe I will use pop dots. I was gonna use a different dimension. I'll have this larger stuff. What I'm gonna do is cut pieces of this. Where are my scissors? So since this one's a little bit bigger, I can go a little bit wider, but... So I'm just gonna go and cut pieces like this and stick them down. Like this, all around, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay. And this dimensional isn't super dimensional, so I think that's good for this project because I don't want it to be sticking out too much. That looks so cute. Like, and then some layers, if you want them just flat, just make them flat, but however you want to do it is perfect. So I'm gonna put that there. Like, that one might be cute in a flat mode. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one flat. Again, because I'm making like a book that might be thrown around and stuff. Let me get rid of that. What I mean by thrown around is like used a lot. Not literally thrown around, hopefully not. Okay, and on this one I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take little pieces of the dimensional adhesive and stick it on the back, and I'll be right back. So cute. I mean, we just had to figure out what we wanted to do, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty easy. Maybe I could eyeball this a little bit more centered, but that's okay. And... oh my god, is that there? That looks good. The glue, like I said, this stuff on metallic paper still stays kind of wet for a while, and you saw that it was kind of moving around on me. We have these other pieces we can use for something else. Not that piece, but that circle. Cute! Okay, so we have our front, we have our back. Now, this can't be back like this because it looks odd, right? It's going to be off-centered if I make a book with this being the back. So I'm still going to leave it facing forward. But what I'm going to do to make pages for our book, and I guess I'll cut out 4 of them, is I'll go ahead and use this piece that's in here, right? The piece that's going to make your inserts anyway. And I'm going to cut out 4 of these from the pearlescent paper, I think. So I will be back once those are cut out. Okay, actually, you know, I try to use up whatever paper I have, and I had enough to make 3 of the white pearl, and then I decided to make 2 of the purple because I still had purple left. And yeah, so okay, so if I have this guy, let me see, I only have 2 of these, so I like to do like every other page a different color. The reason I have 5 is because I'm gonna do these 4 in the book, right? So they're gonna go in here. And again, these would have just slid in if you were making it the other way. Just real quickly, if you were making it your card, you just need, like it says, the 6 crossbars. And what you're going to do is fold the 4 bottom ones in half. And the other 2 that you cut out, you're going to cut them. Because if you can see, they have like a little line. You're going to cut them. And those are the ones that are going to nestle in on the top of the crossbars. And then these little guys, these little pieces right here, they go from camera to camera. So they would go from here to here to hold it together, right? So now imagine those are there. And then you have your crossbars in the bottom and on the top. It's very easy. Again, super the same as the last time around. So I'll have the video for that. But okay, so let's pretend these are in here. And then you open your little book and you have all your cute stuff. And the back looks like this. So I figured if I cut one extra one, I can just put it on here to make the back look a little nicer. But I don't know. Maybe it's not necessary. What do you guys think? I'm not, I don't know. I could take it or leave it, to be honest. Maybe I'll just take it. No, I'll leave it. But that's just an idea. All right. So what I'm going to do is to get these going, I'm going to take an eyeball. Let me peek at this real quick. Kind of want to see where these actually end up when they're on the inside here. These are just in here like this. Maybe just like that. I think my crocodile might be able to punch through all this together. So let me grab my crocodile. And I have the big bite too, so if this one doesn't do it. And then I don't know which rings I want to use. Do I use the bigger or the smaller? I'll use the smaller side. This is kind of a lot of rings, so maybe what I'll do is do 2 and 2. How about that? Or these guys together and then the other 2. And I eyeballed that, and maybe that's not the smartest thing to do. Okay. I'm gonna hold these guys together just for no reason at all. And then I'm going to punch these around the same space. Okay, so we have our holes punched. Now let me go see if I have book rings or if I have to do ribbon, but that's what I'll do to hold these together. I'll be right back. I went and found, these are 1-inch book rings. I have smaller ones, and I would rather prefer, to be honest, smaller ones because these are kind of big. But again, if you put more pages in, then you would need more book rings. So I'm just gonna slide this in here. Get these guys in here. And our top one. So again, I would use smaller book rings because they're kind of big. But how cute is this? And again, I want to eyeball where I'm going with this. The other tip they give in Spellbinders is to put cut out maybe the larger circle or the a little bit smaller circle, and just stamp something on there. You can decorate that little circle with it as a sentiment. But again, this is a mini album, so you can obviously deck it out however you like when you have everything going. And then too, the rings, you know, you can put ribbons all over this and stuff like that too. But how cute is that? So now you have your little book, and you can decorate it up however you like. You know, with your pictures, you can use that this same die to cut a whole picture and just put it in here, and it'll fit in there. And then again, all your decorations, all those cute little die cuts and stamps and everything else that we have will help you decorate your book. So how cute is that? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you're all doing well today, and links will be in the description box, and I hope you like the tutorial, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.